जय Esi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Prabhupada Ashtotar Shakti Sri Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Divine Grace Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki Prem se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kund गिरि गोवर्धन नाथ जी की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, मथुरा धाम की जय, नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय, श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, बृहद स्टैंडर्ड बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय, नित्य गौर प्रेमानंद। All glories to Assembly Buddhist, all glories to Assembly Buddhist, all glories to Assembly Buddhist, all glories, all glories, all glories. Anyone wonderful nursing that thing? Prasad Prabhu, చెప్పండి. కార్తిక పాడనా? కార్తిక ఉన్నవాళ్ళ బ్రదర్ ఇక్కడ కలిసి పాడండి ఇక్కడ కూర్చొని. We are listening to your sister and sing. Okay? Yeah. With Akka you sing. Come on. Yeah. That's fine. Whatever. You know nursing. I know that. Okay? You know, but you don't want to sing. Okay? Sit down. Okay, sit. I'll turn your way around. Sit nicely, like Akka. Okay? I'll record and send it to your parents.
Shri Narasimha, Jai Narasimha, Jai Jai Shri Narasimha. Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Prabhupada विनाशी का लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय, रामराज की जय, गो प्रेमानंदे।
What are the books distributed, right? Start soon. I'm sorry, I'm so late. Thank you. You can read the books?
Yes.
Only 2 or 3. Hurry, now go bottom. Okay, so let us start. It's already late. Just 2 is enough. Give it to one Prabhuji, the new one, and one maybe who is not familiar with the phrase. Give it.
It's pretty new.
Oh, give it to them. Thanks, Nana. Yeah? Text is they start I interview. Just random. Okay, so let us start. I'm sorry I'm late. Hold your hands, please. Okay, repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devi Saraswati Vyasam
Devi Saraswati Vyasam
Tato Jayam Udirayat
Tato Jayam Udirayat
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki
Bhakti Bhavati Naishyati
Ishvara Parama Krishna
Ishvara Parama Krishna
Satchitananda Vigraha
Satchidananda Vigraha
Anadiradir Govinda
Anadiradir Govinda
Sarvakarana Karanam
Sarvakarana Karanam
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namah.
Let us start with Vaishnavacharya prayers. Om Ajnana
Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajakam Sagarnadamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Pariyamasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan
Kanvitamscha
He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Thank you. Probably want to sit down, please. I want to see everybody behind you.
Why that tall?
Right? Yeah, this way. Little bit. Right. I want to see. When I came to this country first in 1992, in India we don't see people in the face and talk, right? We just talk, they listen. But when I came as a student visa, F1 visa, we went to international advisor. First you have to meet international advisor. So we went there, and first thing he said is, when you're talking to people, look into their eyes and talk. And it's very, very challenging for us to looking into eyes and talking, right? So then I was a teaching assistant in the computer science department, and I used to teach for journalism students, all Americans, and my English is bad. My English was Indian English all mixed up. And they used to say, what are you talking? And I said, can you repeat again? And I used to, we don't have the habit of looking into their faces. I used to talk, Mr. Mekala, can you please look into our faces and talk? I said, okay. It's very hard. So, but after now, if somebody talks like this, I don't accept. I have to look at the face and talk, because that makes more sense by looking at the faces and talking, right? And in my recent job, when I hire people, the interview, when you ask this, can you look at my face and tell me what they talk, and in English also very fast, right? Can you please slow down when you're talking? So that's the American way of this one, right? So that's why I want to see everybody's faces. You got right word why I said to sit down? Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I went to that Sakirunda's Guru Pravesham. So they bought house in border town. It's a huge, like a mansion. You know how much they pay? Guess what? Guess what?
$1 million? 2.5 million?
No.
325.
This is a
Huge house.
Is it old?
Brand new.
$325?
325. Border town 1 hour from here.
3.25 million?
No, 325,000.
This is
How can
the
you get a mansion for 300?
Gordon town.
Whoa, that's a really good deal.
This is real 206, right? Gordon town.
Yeah, I'm buying that.
Anyway, they have only one daughter. She is working too, so they don't have the school going kids anyway. But the same house, I would imagine if you buy here, it would be at least 1.5 million.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a place.
So good. I just went there. I started around 5 o'clock from here,
How far it is from here?
and 1 hour drive
1 hour.
Where exactly?
after Princeton.
After Princeton. It's still in New Jersey, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm saying that.
But may I say something? Mind
After Princeton, I
boggling.
think the Pennsylvania stuff. Almost, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Even
Close to
something
Pennsylvania.
like that.
Mind boggling for me also. So I just went there, and it was so confusing. I spent 30 minutes roaming in the complex, didn't find the house. Then I dropped there, and Kiriti said, I don't want to come. They're doing Kirtan. Then Harini went 3 o'clock because they had this Kirtan slots. Harini was waiting badly to come back because she wanted to catch up with her sleep. So Harini and we came. So there's so much rush on Route 1.
Yeah, Route 1 is always busy. It's always something.
Actually, I thought of not going, but we are very close friends. We were the people who started Bhakta and Vrindavan Prabhu 11 years back when he was preaching. we were the first friends for him. So they're the family, so we are still kind of close. So she wants to go there. They're Tamilians, very nice people. Anyway, that's history. So last week, does anybody wants to summarize last week what we studied? Parth or Rohit? Anybody wants to summarize what we studied? We studied 340th, right? Is that right? 340 or 341? 340. Okay, so the 340 was saying, right? What? Yes. So the 340 translation was the senses, the mind, and the intelligence are the sitting places of the lust. Remember, we took some examples. Through them, lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders them. So, anybody wants to talk on this one? What we spoke on the senses?
I think they say the lust is very dangerous.
Very dangerous lust. Again, Kapal.
Oh, I know, but like there was no one Gita books.
Yeah. So we have seen. Okay, Rohit, can you tell me what summarization what we did?
Yeah.
You came up with a nice formula. I know that, right? So what is that?
The formula was love. I think it was
Wait, what was the question?
Mataji, anybody wants to summarize what we studied?
I think what I
Was it
remember
the
is lust is
senses?
covering our senses, and
Hmm?
lust covers our senses and the knowledge and the reasoning power.
Lust is dust.
Because of that, the person gets bewildered and stays away from the.
Right. So after telling Arjuna, Krishna was telling to Arjuna what he was telling, but the lust is the only which is covering our real jnana. Real jnana is what? We are the part and parcel of the Krishna to serve him. That's the real knowledge, right? Is that real knowledge is we are the part and parcel of Krishna, we to serve him. That is our eternal duty, right? But what is happening? Why we are not able to perceive this knowledge? Because we are covered by the lust. Krishna says, Kamayesha Krodayesha Rajoguna Samudbhava Mahasana Mahapapma Vidhiyena Iha Vairinam. Vairinam means Vaira. Vaira means enemy. Enemy is the, what the enemy? Lust is the enemy. And after saying that one, Krishna is very generous, telling Arjuna where the lust is sitting. Now what did he say about where the lust sits? In three places he said in our body. What are those? Mind, intelligence and senses. Yeah, false ego, who said that? Good point, that one. Yeah, that's one. False ego, yeah, that's good actually. False.
Sense enjoyment?
So false ego is correct. False ego is, that's a subtle body, you're right. That's also. So mind, intelligence, senses, these are three places where lust is sitting. Because those are the three parts in our body which acts for anything, and lust is basically sitting in those three places. And because lust is sitting in those three places, we are not able to make progress in our lives. Why? Because lust is covered by those three important places. Like yesterday, who was the cricket match? I watched until morning. It was
I watched Zimbabwe and India.
I loved it anyway. So as we put people in the strategic points to hit the 4 rounds, 6 rounds, the same way this lust is sitting in three places: mind, intelligence and senses. So if those three places like a what you call important places are captured, when we are not able to make progress in our devotional practice. Why? Because of the lust is covering those three places. Those three strategic points Krishna is putting. And Krishna also later he gives why the three places are covered, because those are the places whole body acts upon the reactions. So if those three places are covered, and that's the reason why why we don't make progress in our devotional services, because the lust doesn't allow us to proceed further in the Krishna consciousness. Lust. Again, why we say, what's the meaning of lust? Lust is excessive desire to enjoy anything, either material life or any sexual enjoyment or anything or any material life. If you try to enjoy excessively, and that is called lust. Because of lust, we are not able to give up the conception of the bodily life. Lust is making to feel that you are this body. And Krishna gives also some of the examples how to overcome the lust. How to overcome the lust? What was the he said lust is there, but he gave a solution for lust also. What is the solution for lust?
Engage the senses.
Engage, because senses, for example, you have a hands. Hands wants to do something. So Krishna says curb the senses. Curb senses means, for example, you feel like enjoying something excessively. That desire, you cannot forget the desire, but the desire can be diverted toward Krishna. The desire to enjoy anything can divert it towards Krishna means you are curbing your senses. You are curbing your senses. Curbing means you are not allowing your senses to go towards. So when you curb your senses, what happens? Mind becomes tame. Mind thinks, okay, I am demanding this one. For example, Ekadasi day, right? How many of you follow Ekadasi? Honestly? Few people. And Ekadasi, that day especially you feel like eating all the things in the world. Only on the Ekadasi day. When you are fasting that day, you get a lot of desire to eat everything. And senses, mind says eat everything. But what happens? Intelligence immediately comes into picture. No. Today is Ekadasi. Don't eat rice. Don't eat beans. Don't eat grains. Right? So what happens is, look at this. Senses are there. Mind is there. Intelligence is there. Look at these three branches. Senses, mind, intelligence. Senses are here. Senses are saying, I want to enjoy everything today. Immediately intelligence comes and says, no, today is Ekadasi, you cannot eat everything, mister, you have to only eat some rice. Then immediately you withdraw. Is that right? So this is how, mind perceives the emotions. Mind, hatredness, love, excessive desire. Mind does that. Mind is a central repository. Our cloud, recent computer, cloud system. Cloud is the real one, is mind. Mind is central repository. So mind sends the demands. Mind sends the demands. Whole focus is going to her now. Okay. So mind sends the demands. Right? It's a central location. And mind has a perceivedness, it says good, bad, everything. But intelligence has a discriminative power. Discrimination. Either you may love somebody excessively, mind, but immediately intelligence comes, is really that worth loving that person that much? So those things. So mind discriminates, evaluates, and mind what it does, it is basically overrules the senses. Intelligence overrules the mind, basically. Okay. So these are hierarchically put in that situation: senses, mind, intelligence. So what he said, curb the senses. First of all, every desire, for example, you get a thirsty, right? You get thirsty. That thirsty comes in the mind. I am thirsty now. The moment I say thirsty, that desire comes in the mind.
Coke.
Right. Mind says, okay, there is a bottle. It gives senses, hands, go and grab the water and drink it. So the idea is coming from the mind, and mind directing the senses to act upon that one. Any thought process comes from the mind. And behind the mind is higher one. Intelligence says that, okay, don't drink this water, this is a bottled water. Don't drink this water because it's a dirty water. The intelligence comes into picture. Mind says, any water I want to drink, because sometimes I just want water, it doesn't go. I don't care what kind of water it is. If somebody gives immediately, oh my gosh, if I think I may be dying this one. What is coming at that point, intelligence comes into picture. Look at the hierarchy. Senses, mind, intelligence. So Krishna here says very clearly that so everything, say mind, intelligent, and senses is the one which gives the desires outside. For example, you want to see something excessively desired. Eyes are there to see so everything has to be communicated through senses. Right? For example, you want to eat gulab jamun. Mind says, I want something sweet. Mind says that. Intelligence says, oh, the sweet one will be gulab jamun. Then you have to use your senses to get it and eat it. So every action should be communicated through senses. But when you curb the senses, for example, I am a diabetic patient, we all know that. I want to eat a lot of sweets. natural inclination. But my intelligence says, oh no, I don't want because my sugar levels goes up. But my intelligence doesn't work. I go and grab a sweet and eat it. What happens? Consequences I suffer from the. Then I realize, oh, I should have not eaten those 2 gulab jamuns. I could have eaten only 1. I could have eaten half. The intelligence comes into picture. Okay. So the moment you curb your senses, okay, don't use your senses. It says grab it, you don't grab it. If you curb the senses, then mind thinks, I'm demanding so much. This person is not acting. Let me stop demanding. Mind says that. Let me stop demanding. Intelligence says, yeah, he's not demanding, just keep it. So once you curb the senses, stop the senses, everything becomes tame. Everything calms down. How you curb your senses is the very important part. How you curb your senses have to be engaged in the proper service. When you engage for example, you have hands. You can engage your hands for the temple cleanup. Prasad Prabhu does a lot of cleanup by the way, temple. I saw after prasadam. So he is engaging with senses, cleaning the temple room. Then you are tired, you go and sleep. Otherwise, if your senses are not engaged, I have a very strong hands, let me hit somebody. Right? So the senses when engaged for the proper service of the Lord, that is a curbing the senses. Then mind thinks, he is going to just treat me like this. No more demands. Likewise, you curb your senses. In that way, curbing the senses basically tames your mind, intelligence will be gets used that way. That's why Krishna says, how many of you know this, what is that? Ambrish Maharaj story. All you know that Ambrish Maharaj, how he used all of his body, Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo, Vacham Shivaishunta Gunana. So he says, always his mind is on the lotus feet of Krishna. He used his hands to clean up the temple service. He used his legs to go to the temple. He used the eyes to see the beauty of the Lord in the temple. When all the senses are engaged in this one, then the senses thinks, okay, this is my duty, I am not going to demand anything more in the life. So you are curbing your senses. At that point when you curb your senses, mind becomes tame, intelligence becomes not bewildered, then you are in the, lust is not really basic, lust is not acting in that place. You know how you are coming? Because when you engage your senses for the Supreme Lord service, your lust will be taken care of. In the same way, how we are going to use our tongue? Because in the devotional practice, everything starts with tongue. Prabhu, you can come here, please. Tongue. Tongue is the one which to be controlled. How tongue can be controlled? Tongue can be controlled 2 ways. One is eating only Krishna prasadam. Only food offered to Krishna I am going to eat. You make a vow today, make a promise today here, I am going to eat only prasadam offered to Krishna. Next 3 months. Okay, that's the first way of cleaning. When you take Krishna prasadam, what happens? Why Krishna prasadam is so powerful?
Because no karmic reaction.
No karmic reactions. Because when you offer to Krishna, what happens? Sarva kilbishai. Muchante sarva kilbishai. All the sinful actions are gone. That becomes the pure prasadam which is offered to Krishna. If you are eating that prasadam day in and day out, there is no question of acquiring karmic reactions. Your senses are purified with that way. When your senses are purified, what happens? Knowledge of the self comes in your, I am eating Krishna prasadam. After eating 3-4 months, you realize, I am not this body. I am not this body. I am the part and parcel. I am the I am the only supreme soul. I am connected to Krishna. So, look at this. When you engage these senses like this, right? In the second chapter, we have studied 2.49. What is it? Vishaya nivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjan rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Remember? Param drishtva nivartate. What do you mean param drishtva nivartate? Param drishtva nivartate means engaging your senses for a higher taste. For example, as I gave Prasad Babu example, right? His hands are there. He has a very much power in his hands. He can use that power to hit somebody, or he can use his hands to clean the temple room. Right? When he is using the temple room cleanup, what is he doing? He is engaging senses for the Supreme Lord. And his senses are purified. Is that right? That way when senses are purified, mind is purified, when intelligence is purified. When intelligence is purified, knowledge of self comes in. I am doing this service. You are enjoying this service. I am doing for the Supreme Lord service. you are situated on the supreme platform of the Krishna. And that is called param drishtva nivartate, higher taste. See, for example, higher taste means, okay, I used to hear radio, now I am watching TV. That is also higher taste. But that's not. Higher taste in the Supreme Lord's functionality. Supreme Lord. Engaging your senses for the Supreme Lord's goal. That is what? Param drishtva nivartate. Higher taste. Higher propensity. For example, we used to go to movies before. We don't go any more movies because we watch Krishna movies. That is taste changing, because senses have to be engaged somehow. Because senses are there means you cannot take a child, put in the room and close them forever. It's going to drive him nuts. But rather you can, instead of watching movie, put Krishna movie, or you engage some way devotional service, same senses we are diverting towards Krishna. That's a purification process. All what we are doing here, we are hearing about Krishna Katha here, right? So what are we doing when you are hearing about Krishna Katha? We are purifying our senses. You may not be seeing. It's over time that purification. I was talking to Venu last week. He's telling, nowadays I enjoy when Bhagavad Gita purports are read. Maybe you did not enjoy 1 year back, because slowly when you come a week after, week after, you see the taste of Krishna, how the taste slowly manifests into the mind. And after some time, what happens is you don't want to hear, even 1 week if I don't hear Krishna, you start getting bored, because you're slowly what's happening, you're coming to Krishna's domain, you are giving up the all material senses. That's the purification process. Okay? What is Srinidhan Sudha Krishna Punya Samana Kirtanam Pradintascho Hi Bhadrani Vidunoti Sutsatam. By hearing Krishna, about just sitting here, hearing about Krishna, it purifies the heart. Any shloka Bhagavad Gita you read, you are coming with the contact the transcendental literature. When you come in contact with transcendental literature, either service or, your heart gets purified. You do any activity in this world, your heart's nectar. You love so many people. In this, there is no love in the lust, everything in this world. You give any gifts to anybody, nobody you can satisfy in this world. But you do a small service to Krishna, a small amount of service to Krishna, he reciprocates with 1,000 times back. That's the beauty of devotional service. You do a small service. You just cook for some pradham, for Bhakta, whatever for the devotees, Vaishnavas. Krishna reciprocates immediately with his avances. That's why I say, my Guru Maharaj says always, Krishna is responsive. Krishna is responsive. You think Krishna is not watching me. No, because we are under illusion. We think we are the controllers of this world. But Krishna is there in each and every atom. Andantarastu paramanu sayantarastam govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. Krishna is there in each and every atom. Krishna is there in the form of 400 Narayana form. He is within you as a Paramatma here. He is within you as a Paramatma 400 form. But do you have a ability to see Krishna? No, because you have to purify your heart. How you purify your heart? By chanting his glories of Krishna. What is that? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The moment you say these words, you are connecting with Krishna. See, the moment you say Krishna, you are with the spirit, not with the matter. Krishna is so pure. In the Kali Yuga, Krishna's name is more merciful than Krishna himself. Even Krishna person is there, his name is there. His name is more pure in the Kali Yuga. That's what Krishna gave. All his name, form, qualities, pastimes, everything was invested in the Krishna's name. The moment when you chant 1 round of chanting every morning, you are connecting with Krishna, Krishna Shakti. That is the power of chanting. It's not that now we go to temple, I am just going to temple, I am just going to Bhakta Riksha. You are not doing an ordinary activity when coming to Bhakta Riksha, going to temple. It's the highest benediction for the human beings to go to temple, come to Bhakta Riksha, because we are talking about Krishna all the time. Where there is Krishna, there is no question for Maya or Andhakar. Where there is Krishna, is there no Andhakar. Everything is a bright. So that's what you are explaining. The lust is there, but to sorry, Gayatri.
So you said Krishna's name is more powerful.
What is that?
You said Krishna's name is more
Yes, that's true.
powerful. So let's just say before someone dies, they think about Krishna, or they say Krishna's name. Then what will happen to them?
Excellent, very good point. Very good point. When, all we are practicing, very smart question, very good question. Okay, we are all practicing devotional service in our lives. Why? To remember Krishna at the time of death. Life is a preparation, death is a examination. Remember this. Life is a preparation, death is a examination. So, all you, what Krishna says in Kanika Mataji?
She's busy.
Okay, so she knows the shloka, that's why. What is that? Antakale cha mameka sparan mukta kalevaram.
Epraiti samantava.
Yeah, I also found that.
Samantava yetinasyatra samsaya.
Means without doubt, when you remember Krishna at the time of death, you go to Krishna. Right? That is given. Yes.
What if you're like a meat eater, like carnivore, like, and you just think,
Meat eaters never go, okay? I don't want to talk, but they never go to back to Krishna. That's the period. So it's given by Krishna, okay? That's fine. We'll talk those details later. But slowly we will become vegetarian. So anyone remembers the time of death Krishna, they go back to Krishna. But the death is defined as, don't get scared when I talk about death, okay? Okay, what is that?
leaving the body?
Yeah, death is defined, the painful of death. The pain of death is, I think there's one book written by Purushottam Maharaj about, the title is Death. A lot of people after seeing the title, they didn't buy the book. Oh, death, we don't want death. I got one too. Yeah, it's a very nice book. I read half of that book, Death book. Basically, based upon Bhagavad Gita, death is when person dies, you know how painful that is? 60,000 scorpions biting you at the same time. One scorpion, how painful that is? 60,000 scorpions biting you. Biting at the same time, that powerful death is. That painful, not painful, powerful. Painful, very painful. Because this soul is attached to this body so much. You know, how many of you like your bodies? You all like our bodies. We see our face 10 times. So I'm so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. More than you. Right? You know how beautiful you are. But still, you know.
Question, like pain will be related to your degree of realization.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So we all see 10 times our face. I'm so beautiful, right? But death is 60,000 scorpions biting at the same time. That painful death is. So even devotees, time of death, they don't remember Krishna. Okay, welcome to next point. Okay. So much worrying about pain, everywhere. See, if you put a small pin like this, you feel so much pain. You forget everything, right? Kanika Mataji shared when she had accident on the road. Remember 4 years back? She said, you know, Prabhuji, you told so many things in class, but when an accident happened, I didn't even remember Krishna.
Your mind becomes black.
Black, exactly. Why? That's why, as we get the question, so even if you keep on practicing throughout life, there is no guarantee you are going to remember Krishna at the time of death, because we may be in coma also, we never know. People like me, if diabetes is there, we may go into coma also. So, but Krishna gives one guarantee. If you serve me your life, throughout life, even if you don't remember me, I'll remember you at the time of death. For devotees, Krishna gives that guarantee. Even because, for example, you serve somebody and at the time of death, they come and help you. Right? Same way Krishna says, if you serve me throughout your life, even if you chant one round perfectly throughout your life, that's not the goal. Okay? So, but I'll remember you. And also Krishna says in 2.40, Neha Bikramanasosti Pratyavayo Navidyate Swalpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Even if you do a small amount of service to me, I will remember you, I'll guarantee you human life in the next life again. That guarantee is there as a devotee. You may not go back to Godhead, that guarantee is there. But remembering Krishna, for devotees, Krishna gives guarantee, I will remember you if you don't remember me. Okay. In the case of non-devotees, for example, you know, somebody is asking, Prabhupada, why are you chanting 16 rounds for this many years? I will just chant 16 rounds one day before my death, so that I can go back to Krishna. It's smart, because we are IT geeks, we want to be very smart, efficient, we don't want to waste time on Krishna also, right? Because we think that way. Why have to waste 16 rounds Krishna? Let me chant 1 hour before, exactly I can chant before my death. Then I can go back to Krishna. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. As a computer scientist, we always look for efficiency. It's a good deal. But my question is, at the time of death, do you know when we are going to die for exactly?
No.
Right? Don't know. Death can come any time. 3 things guarantee about death. It can come any time. when you die alone. Nobody comes with us, right? Did we die with my parents? I was seeing how much my dad made properties, how many houses, how we are going to share between my brother and me. Be honest. We die 1 week, 10 days, then 11th day, everybody is gone. Okay, sisters, what you're going to give me out of this one, what I'm going to get out of this one. It's a business. Be honest, okay? And death is alone. I said, when you die alone. Nobody comes with you. And death is inevitable. Can anybody escape death? Tell me, how? That's the only thing in the guarantee is what? For sure death. Maybe stock market you put 5,000, that may become 0 or that may become 10,000. But death is, for sure death comes. Where you cannot postpone one day death. Steve Jobs, I was reading about him yesterday. Steve Jobs. Did he postpone his death? He has billions of dollars. Age of 50 to 50, he has to leave his body. So for sure for death. And that death is guaranteed. Okay? And what we are supposed to do, that's a problem. We are not, Dharmaraj, you remember Yaksha story? One time Yaksha, and all 4 brothers are killed by Yaksha when he pulls the water, right? Then finally Dharmaraj goes. Dharmaraj, what is his name? Yudhishthira Maharaj goes there. And Yaksha asks, stop taking water, I have a question for you. He asks 3 questions, he answers 2 questions. He says, what is the most wonderful thing in this world? He says, everybody thinks I am not going to die. Everybody thinks. We make arrangements, buildings, cars, job, everything we make as if we are going to live for 1,000 years. But we don't know we are going to die within 70, 80 years we are going to die. But the maths, 80 years if you are really a good healthy person, otherwise 65, 70 you are gone. But if the sure death for that years, are we planning anything for that one? We planning for life insurance, car insurance, home insurance, wife insurance, okay? We buy all insurances in this life. What about the one which is guaranteed death? We are not buying insurance for that one. How smart was it, tell me? And for that insurance you are paying any price? No, Krishna says, chant my glories. You come back to me, I'll take you. If that a simple process is given, what is stopping us? Lust only, Arjuna. Kamayesha Krodayesha. What is that? Kamayesha Krodayesha Rajoguna Samudbhava. Very good. Mahabhavo Mahasano Mahapapma Vidhigena Yavairinam. Lust only, Arjuna, acting on you, it is covering your jnanam. Your real knowledge is covered. What is the real knowledge? I am a servant of Krishna. That knowledge is covered, then you think I am the body, you are acting on the body platform. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. That's what happening basically. We don't realize. We think we are going to live 1,000 years, let me buy this, that, everything. At the age of 40, 45, diabetes hits, 60, 65, heart attack hits, 80, we are gone. How, tell me, we see kids are growing up like fast, like for 10 years. We are going to go away one day, very soon. Maybe we, in this room, all our elders, maybe we may live next 40, 50 years, we are gone from this planet. Where are we going to go after that? What arrangements you are making for that one? If you are a smart person, you think what you want to take with you, what you don't want to leave here, right? Smart people do that way. When you go, you want to take with you something. But we are all acting on what we want to leave here. Buildings, everything. But what is coming with us? Harirnama, Harirnama, Harirnamaiva Kevalam. Kalau nasteva, 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 gataranyati. In the age of Kali, only Harinam you chanted for Krishna, that comes with you, nothing else. Nothing else comes with you. All your husband, your wives, your kids, everything you leave, you go alone. That's why when you die alone. Nobody comes with you. But it is inevitable. It is, you cannot escape it. What kind of insurance policy you are making for your life? Krishna says everything in Bhagavad Gita very clearly. No confusion. What you should do, what you should not do, what you have to do to come back to me. Krishna, instructions are given long time back. But nobody has time to understand it. That's a problem. Why? Because of lust only, Arjuna. Lust. excessive desire to enjoy everything in this world. That is covering your real jnanam. I am the part and parcel of the Krishna. Yes, Bharti. I'm sorry, I'm holding you long time.
I have two questions. First one is like, if you die early, wouldn't that be a good thing? Because Krishna is calling you from suffering. Like if you die like in your 60s or something and you're devotee, that means like he's like you suffered enough or something.
For devotees, right? If they die early or old, doesn't matter, because for the devotee, death is only a glorious for the Vaishnava. Because this is a promotion for the Vaishnavas, right? When you die, where are you going? Because you're a devotee throughout your life, you're elevated to the higher systems, or you're going to go back to Godhead. Or what is the mood of the real devotee? What they think? Narayana para sarve nakutsastala vibyati swargeshu narakeshu apavargeshu tulyata darshanam. He says that where I am in the hell or I am in the heaven, I want to serve Lord Krishna all the time. Okay, so whether you die young, old, doesn't matter. As long as, if not this plant, I will be going to other plant, I am serving Krishna. As long as I am situated in the Krishna's platform, I don't care where I am. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we all know Bhaktivinoda Thakur, right? He is the father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami. As Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami is Guru of Srila Prabhupada. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had 11 children, by the way.
Wait, if you die like around in your hundreds, like 105.
Doesn't matter.
Like,
see, if you die 100 years and if you don't practice devotional service, what good we are going to do? And that's why one time Srila Prabhupada was, one second, I had to check the rice.
Prabhuji, it is taken care of.
No? Are you sure? So, what else
another question.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says that whether I am here or there, I have to be situated to serve the Lord Govinda. What is your question, sorry?
Oh, the second question was like for really good really good devotees like such as like Prabhupada. You said like dying like hurts as like scorpions, and then scorpions like bite.
Yeah, everybody death is pain. See, the pain is death. It's everywhere same.
Anybody?
For everybody is same. But devotees, when you surrender to Krishna, so devotees don't feel the pain. See, I'll tell you the difference between pain and suffering, right? We discussed so many times. Devotees also have pain, but they don't suffer. The pain and suffering are two different aspects, all of you. Pain is different from suffering. For example, I think I gave a lot of time examples. Pain means, for example, you have stomach problems, so stomach ache or something coming up, right? And you don't know why stomach pain is, then your suffering goes high. Very small pain, but maybe it's a cancer. Or you immediately you go to Google. When you Google, it says the left side means it will be a cancer. Then there's a weekend, for example, you cannot reach doctor. Then your suffering goes high and high. You don't eat anything. Then you start thinking, if I am going to die, blah, blah, blah. Monday morning when you call doctor office, you go to doctor, he says, hey, it's just a gastric trouble. Pain is there, but your suffering has reduced. So pain and suffering are totally different aspects. In the case of devotees, I have a pain, but I don't suffer. But in case of non-devotees, they suffer a lot. For example, if something some problems comes in my life, I just give a damn about it, because I have Krishna with me. He can solve problems. That's my confidence in my life. Because my surrender is, okay, Krishna takes care of it. That's it. Means he takes care of it.
Your level of thinking is totally different. Because
when you become a devotee.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you have some protection. Krishna takes care of me. He is my Lord birth after birth. If that realization is there, you don't suffer. And in case of non-devotees, they think they take care of themselves. I can take care of. They don't know that they don't have knowledge about Krishna. Then start thinking I am taking care of. And time comes you cannot take care of. Then you start, oh my God, what's happening to me? Start crying, screaming, and you think you have no hope in the life. Then you suffer more. But in case of devotees, no suffering. That's the beauty of the devotee.
She has a question.
What devotees not suffer is because all they think about is Krishna.
Yes, exactly, absolutely. Because when you are thinking about Krishna, right? When the moment Krishna comes into your life has become a devotional life, spiritual life. There's no matter involved. Probably come here, please. Yes, Rohit.
So when you die, you said, you mentioned that no one, when you die, no one goes with you. Will Krishna be with you since you're devoted?
Very good point. These kids are very smart.
Don't you have to think
They are
about
testing
that?
my knowledge also. Very good point. So, at the time of death, I think I told you this time, what happens at the time of death is, we have a subtle body and gross body. Subtle body, Sukshma Sharir, Stula Sharir. So, Stula Sharir बोले तो Stula. Stula means gross body, physical body. What are the physical body made of? 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? Earth, water, ether, fire, air. So when this when we die, this body is burnt into ashes, right? This body is mixing with the Panchabhutas. Body is gone. But there is a subtle body, Sukshma Sharir, mind, intelligence, false ego. They have no death. We cannot even, they are abstract, we cannot see them. They go from one body, and based upon your karmic reactions, it forms the other body. What was your question again? I sorry.
When you die, and like a devotee, like he passes, like wouldn't like Krishna like?
No, okay, good point. Yeah, Krishna. Yeah. So when you, if you are a devotee, right? What happens is your subtle body, mind. Because anyway, gross body is gone. This gross body is just covering. Doesn't matter. This called a leather bag. Leather bag. You know, you have a leather bag. Your leather bag, what you put, your objects you put it. This is a leather bag. I have mind, intelligence, false ego in this leather bag. This leather bag has no value. All water and fuss and blood. Nothing. No big deal. Okay. And when you die, the subtle body is the real body. What we are is real body, subtle body. This body has no value. This is a dead matter actually. Okay. So when you die, this mind, intelligence, and false ego. This, if you are devotee, that goes towards Goloka Vrindavan. Towards Krishna. For example, if you achieved all the 16 rounds you are doing, you took Guru Diksha and you do whatever, okay, then you may go back to Godhead. But as per Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, a person to go back to Godhead, it takes minimum 3 lifetimes. Okay? So, but don't count that one as a, if you are a real expert, you can go in this lifetime as well. But he said as an average 3 lifetimes. Okay, so if you are devotee, either you can go back, or if you are devotee, for example, you did not finish your job, then Krishna gives guarantee that your mind, intelligence, false ego goes and falls in the womb of a devotee. Womb of a devotee, through the father's semen, it goes into womb of a devotee. Then you become a devotee like next time. Krishna gives a chance to you. Is that clear or answer? Because I want to create, kids should not have any doubts.
Prabhu, a 3 lifetime human being?
Yes, as a human being. Yes.
You want the devotee family.
Yeah, average devotee family, people like me or whatever, just 3.
Yeah.
Even I don't know, I'll be happy if I go after 3 lifetimes. I'm just giving you one. Like.
So when you die and you don't think of Krishna, you have pain and suffer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about Krishna, you have pain but you don't have suffer.
Yes.
Alright.
Exactly. Very good point. Clear. You have pain but no suffering. Because you have a knowledge. Why we don't have suffering? Because you have a knowledge. For example, doctor said when you have a stomach pain, he said it's only gastric trouble. Means you have a knowledge. Then the suffering goes down. Is that true or not?
Yeah.
Maybe you have severe pain, it's just the gastric trouble. Because since doctor told, doctor gave a knowledge to you. Knowledge makes you discriminate. That's intelligence makes discrimination. If you lose your discrimination power, you become mad. If you don't use intelligence, only you listen to your mind, you go astray. That's why intelligence comes and it discriminates. Hey, don't do this, do this one. Is that clear? Let's just finish one sloka, then next week I will talk about next week. I don't know, I keep on talking and that's it, we end up. Yeah. So what we will do is we'll do one sloka. I have time for that. 41. Okay. Repeat after me. Tasmat tvam indriyani yadav. Niyama bharatarsava. Papanam prajahiyem. Jnana vijnana nashanam. Therefore, O Arjuna, best of the Bharatas, in the very beginning, curb this great symbol of sin, lust, by by regulating the senses, and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. Look at how beautifully, I love this reading. He says, therefore, O Arjuna, let's go to the purport. Prabhuji, you want to start, Vikram Prabhu?
The Lord advised Arjuna to regulate the senses from the very beginning so that he could curb the greatest sinful enemy, lust, which destroys the earth for self-realization and specific knowledge of the self.
Look at that one. So, I was talking about curbing senses. Curbing senses means don't let your senses go astray in different directions. Curb the senses. How to curb the senses? Engage your mind in the proper duties using your intelligence. Use intelligence, engage the mind in a proper way, so senses will be curbed. The senses are curbed, then you know what is the knowledge, real knowledge and absolute knowledge. Because there is a jnanam, vijnanam, talks about. Jnanam means what? Jnanam is knowledge. Knowledge about what? What is good, what is bad, what is spirit, what is matter. Knowledge. Okay, if I do these activities for Krishna, that is a spiritual knowledge. Spiritual. Okay, if I do arati, if I cook for Krishna, if I go to temple, every action you do for Krishna, that is the knowledge you have. So, this is a material activity, this is spiritual activity. So, I should be engaged in the spiritual activity. So, that knowledge will be there. Then, what is the vijnanam? The vijnanam is, after you engage, once you get the jnanam, vijnanam comes, okay, because I am doing this one, I have a relationship with the Krishna. I have a relationship with Krishna. I am part and parcel of Krishna. My eternal duty is to serve him without stopping. That is called real vijnana. First jnanam is distinguish between knowledge and spirit. Matter and spirit. Once that is there, you use vijnanam. Okay, why I am doing? Because I am part and parcel of Krishna. Because I am eternally associated with him in the previous lifetime, because of whatever reason I came here, I have to go back. That is my original place. See, if this is the permanent place for us, why we are not staying here forever? Tell me, if somebody, when you take your kids some places, or when they come to Bhakta Krishna, they want to go home. Mommy, I want to go home and getting bored here because Prabhu always talks about that. Or Prabhu always gives boring class, whatever. You want to go home. Why you want to go home? You feel comfortable at home, right? You feel homely feeling. But in the same way, we are all aliens on this planet. We are all aliens on this planet. Are you getting this point? Very good. Please listen, okay? We don't belong to here. We don't belong to here. We belong to spiritual world, Krishna. That's why we are not staying forever here. If you really belong to spiritual world, you have to go back there. If this is a permanent house, you will be not dying here. Why you are dying? Because this is not a permanent place. Our permanent place is Goloka Vrindavan. You have to aspire to go back to real home. To go to real home, what we have to do? You have to practice certain things. Then you go back to real home. When you go back to real home, you don't want to come back again. Right? If somebody goes to house, I am very happy in my house, I don't want to go out because it's snowing outside, whatever it is. Same way, when you reach out to Krishna, real house, then what is that? The second chapter explains. Padam Gachanti Anamayam. Padam Gachanti Anamayam means where there are no miseries. Here everything is, this is Kunta, that is Vaikunta. Kunta means
Problems.
all the problems. Morning, anxieties, morning to evening. How kids are going to go to school? It's snowing outside. Bus is going to come or not? How I am going to office drive? Okay, snow is falling. I have to clean up. I am going to accident. Okay, I went to doctor. They said this problem. You tell me who is living happy in this world? Raise the hands if somebody says I am very happy here. Everybody has a problem, rich or poor, doesn't matter. Money doesn't solve the problem.
Money can't buy you happiness. Money can't buy you happiness.
See, look at that. Money. See, they all say these things, but they don't know how to get the happiness. That's the problem. Please, one second. Yeah. Do you want to take her? Yeah. So, what I'm saying is, we all say different things. Money cannot buy happiness. People say all those big words, but they don't know how to get the permanent happiness. They don't know how to get the permanent happiness is only to serving the Lord. You tell me, last week I told you gift, taking to India so many gifts, you cannot keep anyone happy. You take $1,000, you spend $10,000, people are unhappy. You spend $100,000, people are still unhappy. If you take $1 million, people are still unhappy if you take gifts to India. Right? I told you my examples. First time I took all the gifts, second time I did not take anything, everybody was happy. When I took every gifts, nobody was happy. When I went without any gifts, everybody was happy. Because they didn't expect anything from me. So tell me, whom you can satisfy in this world, including husband, wife, kids, everybody does business in this world. Except our parents, remember, except parents and beyond Krishna. They never do. Parents, look at the beauty, love of parents, you cannot buy in this world. There are the only two people, mother and father, and beyond that, Krishna. They never do business with you. How bad you do for parents, they always wish good for you. Yes or no, tell me. Any parent. And beyond, once parents are gone, our real parent is Krishna. We have to focus on Krishna. Nobody, this is Padam Gacchante Namayam. Go back to place where there are no miseries, which is Vaikuntha planets. No birth, no death, no old age, no disease. Always 16 years you can eat as many rasagullas as you want. No sugars, no diabetes, no blood pressure. No hospitals, no beauty centers, nothing. Everybody is always young and happy. And this looks like a myth. This is a fact. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. What is that? This says Brahma Samhita. Brahma explains about Krishna, right? What does he say? Navayam Vanancha. Vedeshu. What is that? I'm forgetting. Exactly. Vedeshu Durlam Bhakta Govinda Maji Prisham Tama. Navayam Vanancha. He is always Navayam Vana. Newly fresh Krishna all the time. When you go back to Vaikuntha, you will be like that. Always 16 years old, no birth, no death, no old age, no disease. Who doesn't want that place? Who wants to go to doctors every week here? Tell me. You have to call the doctor, they don't have appointments, they have to go back, they say you have this problem, that problem. Especially in this country, they scale you more. If you have a small problem, they go to take a X-ray. They tell you, because they don't want to get sued. Avoid all these problems, only one place is Padam Gacchante Anamayam. Go back to Vaikuntha planets. Okay, let's read the purport. So he said basically curbing the senses. Okay, wait for us, Prabhu. Continue from there.
Jnana refers to knowledge of self as distinguished from non-self, or in other words, knowledge that the spirit soul is not the body.
Exactly. We need to know that this spirit soul is the spirit soul and body are two different things. What is the spirit soul? We are part and parcel of that is spirit soul. That is real you are. For example, you say my hand, my leg, my stomach. Why don't you say I hand, high leg? You say high leg, high hand, because you can live without leg, you can live without hand. Then what is that my? This is, you say it's my book. Okay, he is my friend. What is that my? When you say my hand, my friend, and I am Mr. So and so, I am Mr. Venugopal, whatever it is. What is that? I am the difference from the my? Identity. When you say my hand, my means they are the parts and parcels of this body helping. But the real I is not the soul. That I is the soul. Okay? That soul is Satchitananda. It's always three things: Sat, Chit and Ananda. And that Satchitananda is covered by lust. Lust is covering. Lust only, Arjuna. Nothing. That say here you have Vairinam. Vairinam means it's the greatest enemy. Either knowledgeable person or unknowledgeable person. Doesn't matter. You have MBA finance or MBA PhD in physics. Doesn't matter. You are suffering again. If you don't have that real knowledge who you are. PhD, physics PhD doesn't make you know self-realization. No. Unless you come to understand that I am part and parcel, that is the realization. Even housewives know those relations. They are the greatest founders. That's it. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be a PhD in physics, chemistry. If you study more, then you get more speculation. Ask me more questions. You want to show your smartness there. There's a problem. Real jnanam is covered because of lust only. So we are all acting on this planet because of lust only, Arjuna. And Krishna gives very clear. Engage your senses for Supreme Lord, and when the senses are curved, mind becomes tame. When the mind becomes tame, intelligence is not bewildered. It acts proper. Okay? Next Prabhu. What pair empty? Pair much.
Natesh.
Natesh, Shadura.
Just read it.
Vigna. Yeah. from the-
Vigna refers to specific knowledge, the spirit soul's constitutional position, and his relationship to the Supreme Soul.
Excellent. So, Vijnana means refers to specific. I told you, right? Vijnana means you understand your part and parcel of Krishna, your spirit soul, you have to serve it. Okay? Keep reading. Keep reading now.
Next.
Finish.
It is explained thus in the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Forget about sloka. Read the translation.
The knowledge of the self and supreme self is very confidential
Let it give some time
and
to him.
mysterious.
Mhm.
But such knowledge and specific realization can be understood if explained with their various aspects by the Lord Himself.
Exactly. So, basically, the talking is knowledge and the same thing I told you, right? Knowledge and jnanam and vijnanam, and that will be. He says that the knowledge of self and the supreme is very confidential, mysterious. Is really confidential because we don't know that we are part and parcel of Krishna until we come to the spiritual understanding. Before we think, I am the bodies, let me enjoy. But when you come to understand that I am part and parcel of Krishna, then your real life begins. Until that time we act in the bipolar form. But once you come to understand that I am part and parcel of Krishna, my eternal duty is serve Him, then service begins. Okay? Next, Rohit.
Bhagavad Gita gives us that general and specific knowledge of the
Self. Okay, this one. What is Bhagavad Gita? Now you say, I may be wasting time, but what is Bhagavad Gita giving? Knowledge of the self. Means who you are. That's why Bhagavad Gita is called Sambandha Jnana. It gives Sambandha Jnana. Sambandha means relationship. Who are you? Who is God? Then what is the relation between you and God? That is what Bhagavad Gita teaches.
So like the Bhagavad Gita is like so everyone knows like life is kind of like a test. So this is like the Bhagavad Gita is kind of like a study guide or something.
Yes, exactly. Very good. You put in a nice words part. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
So it's a study guide. Look at that kids' house. I think kids are getting a lot. So it's a study guide. It's a study guide. It gives the rules and regulations. What to be done, what not to be done. And that Bhagavad Gita is a foundational subject matter between Jiva and Paramatma. Foundational subject. Who are you? What are the activities? Well, look at the third chapter. Lust only, Arjuna. Because of lust you are acting. And he gives solution. How to curb your lust. He is giving problem. He is telling solution. And also he is saying where lust is sitting. He is cautiously telling your mind, your senses, your intelligence is covered by lust. To overcome that lust, please act this way, this way. And when you act that one, what happens? You will be freed from the lust. Whole third chapter is karma yoga, right? Everything. Before he was talking about offering prasadam, what the benefits of that one, then how to engage your senses for the Supreme Lord. And then Arjuna, after reading all these things, he says, still something is bothering me, Krishna, what is the problem? He says, lust only, Arjuna. Lust, because of lust you are acting that way. Even Arjuna was bewildered, like you and me. Lust only. Lust is in these places, do this, so that you can overcome the lust. When you overcome the lust, you get the real knowledge who you are. Look at how beautifully this is arranged, Krishna in the third chapter. So, Bhagavad Gita gives you relationship between Jiva and Paramatma. It's a foundational subject matter to understand who you are. If you don't know who you are, our existence is being wasted. Who you are. Because only human form of the life can understand who you are. No other species has that capacity. That's a problem. This Durlabha Manava Janma, very rare to get human life. I'm telling you, you are so fortunate to have this human form. If you don't use this human form for the Supreme Lord Govinda's service, we don't know, because we have 8.4 million species of life, right? You have to go to that many lifetimes again. We don't guarantee that you get again human form of the life again. I don't know, whatever best you have done in your previous lifetime, now you are a human being. Use best use of this human form is we are devotee. Engage kids. Everyone, Supreme Lord, we are not asking not to eat. We are not asking to leave your families. We are not asking to give up your jobs. Do everything, but this can be done easily without any problem. We are all doing. Now you see all devotees in central New Jersey, we all have families, we have jobs. We have 2 jobs, but still we maintain these things. Why? Because we don't want to put any stop for the devotion. There is no limit for devotion. That's the advantage. There is no, I am doing these things, let me stop this one. everything you can convert into devotional service.
Lost.
Any activity you do, convert as a devotional service. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. As a family, you can go together. Okay, keep reading. Next one, Parth.
Where?
The living
The living entities are parts and parcels of the Lord.
One second. So the living entities are parts and parcels. You know, I have been telling, right? We are part and parcel of the Krishna. Okay, keep reading.
And therefore they are simply meant to serve the Lord.
Look at it. They are mentally only simply to meant for the serve the Lord. Okay.
This consciousness is called Krishna consciousness.
Okay. What's the meaning of Krishna consciousness definition now?
we are here to serve him.
We are part and parcel of Krishna, we have to serve him. So I have been telling for all these years same thing. We are part and parcel of Krishna, our eternal duty to serve. If that is not done, you have to see, as a human, basic thing is you have to serve Krishna. If that is not done, our existence is useless. You are wasting your lifetime. That's it. You see, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, you are part and parcel of me to serve me. If you serve me, only your life is meaningful. Otherwise, a waste of your existence. Did somebody tell this clearly in India for us when you were children? Only they say, she is your brother, she is your sister, she has this much property, we are fighting with him, we don't talk to them, we don't go to their house. Okay? Never, is that true? Okay, your auntie is there, she has a lot of property, she doesn't give, she is a very stingy person, don't talk to her. Oh no, he is there, he is a very crooked guy, don't go to him. These are things we were taught. Right? Our parents, because they learned same thing from their parents. Nobody was taught, you are part and parcel of Krishna, you are Atma, your eternal duty to serve Krishna. If they will take you to the rugged hospital, mental hospital. Is some problem? But what Krishna is telling Bhagavad Gita is, look at the sentences. You are part and parcel of Krishna, your eternal duty is to serve him. If the basic duty, for example, you have to go to office, you have to start computer, you have to work. If you don't do that job, how they are going to keep you? They fire you next morning. But as a human being, Krishna is going to fire you from this human form of the life, give you the animal life, if you don't follow what he says. Instead, we are not following Krishna. He said that you are part and parcel of me, you have to serve me. If that is not done, you are not allowed to be a human being. You will be a lower species next life. That's it.
A turtle.
Yeah?
A turtle.
Yeah, octopus.
Oh.
Okay? Okay, next you read, right? Next Kartika.
So
from the very beginning of life, one has to learn this Krishna consciousness.
Okay, so he says, so from very beginning one has to learn Krishna consciousness. Keep reading.
And thereby one may become fully Krishna conscious and
Act accordingly. So when you learn these things, one becomes full Krishna conscious and one act accordingly. Keep reading.
Lust is only the perverted reflection of the love of God, which is natural for every living.
Look at that. There is no love in this material world. Only lust is there. Why? Because this place, there is no love in this world in the material activity. Because every activity what we do have a motive behind that one. Otherwise we don't have. Do you except mothers and serving kids, those otherwise everywhere if you talk to somebody, they have a talk because you are getting something out of it or you are giving something to them. Otherwise they don't even talk to us. Every activity in this material world has a business to do. But there is no love involved here in this material world. Everything is a lust. Lusty desires. Or you want to get something, you want to give something to them. Or if I make a friendship to this one, he is going to find something to me. If I have this one, I am going to give something. Everywhere is a business involved. Only pure love is there in the transcendental platform. But you can convert your lust into love by coming into Krishna consciousness. Then you start loving everyone. Then you are converting lust into love by devotional service only. Next, Gayatri. Oh, you have a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you said everything we do has a karmic reaction.
Yes, exactly.
And the only way it's going to not become a karmic reaction is if you do service for Krishna.
Yes.
So does it mean when you brush your teeth or drink water, is that
There are the karmic reactions as well.
So how do you prevent those?
Excellent, very good. Very
They're
good.
simple things.
Anybody has answered, Rohit? You have answered for your sister's question? Oh, you didn't hear. That's fine. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Did you hear Parth what she said? Karthika, you hear what she said? What's the question? Can you repeat?
So if you would like brush your teeth or something like that,
Okay.
what would be the karmic reaction?
Yes, very good point. She got it. Come on. Where are you going?
I'm just going to bed.
Okay, that's good. so basically, the very good question, right? See, when you become a devotee of the Lord, okay, you don't live for yourself. For example, I am brushing my teeth because I have to go to office or I have to do duty service. I am brushing my teeth. Can you go to office without brushing your teeth? A lot of Americans do that, by the way. Okay, they come and they do everything in the bathroom there. Okay, that's okay. That's an exception. But you are brushing your teeth, or you are taking a shower, whatever you are doing, because next you want to go to work. When you go to work, what are you doing? The work you are doing work. When you do work, what is the ultimate benefit? After 2 weeks, you get your paycheck. That is Lakshmi. When the paycheck comes, what you will do? You go to mommy or daddy goes to shopping. They get the rice, vegetables, everything they get it. And then what you do with that one? You make bhoga for Krishna. You cook prasadam. And out of that you put prasadam to Krishna offer. So what is the final result of your brushing teeth? Of course you want to be clean, that's a different story. But what is the consequence of that one? Slowly?
Yellow teeth.
Right. So what happens? Finally we are brushing your teeth to go to work, from there blah 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 all the way. You are getting prasadam, you are offering prasadam to Krishna. So what is the final result? Karmic-less reaction, right? You all clear that one? Is that clear? Okay. Anybody has questions?
And also I just wondered, you have to clean and purify your body in order for you to get fit to the service to Krishna.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, Mataji. If you are where you are involved in deities worship, right? We have to be clean. Cleanliness comes before godliness. So clean. So and that's right? Because even in India we go to temple, we take shower, and especially meat eating people like our families, we only Saturday because we don't eat meat on Saturday. We have rules, okay? But if you are Saturday, why not Sunday, Monday? Okay, so we become all bunch of rules, useless rules, okay? I don't agree with them, but I don't want to realize them at the same time. Is that right? See, becoming a devotee is not an easy task, I'm telling you. You came here, you might have done lot of fights in your previous lifetimes. You might have done greatest yogas in the previous lifetime. You are the greatest yogis in the previous lifetime. Otherwise, you cannot hear about Krishna that easily. Mataji, Mana Mataji, are you hearing what I am saying? You might have done lot of pious activities in the previous lifetime. You are the greatest devotee in the previous. Then only you are able, Krishna allow you to hear about Krishna. Otherwise, you won't even let community into the door. How many people we call for Bhakta, sir? Do you think people stick around here? Because you are consistently coming means you have done lot of Ashwamedha yagas in your previous lifetimes. Not easy to hear about Krishna. Krishna is not so cheap. Don't think, Krishna is very easy. Why we do so many, lot of people do this. Finally, the postgraduate course is the Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. Getting Krishna is not easy. Your kids are so purified hearing about Krishna, these things. It's not an easy task. They are the rishis in the previous lifetimes, coming and hearing about Krishna. Don't take it easy. It's so powerful, so powerful. Why all these Western people became gurus? Do you think they don't have anything else to do better than this one?
I think they were the pastimes, because when Mahaprabhu descends, they all associate descent.
Exactly.
They were here already.
They are associates of Krishna. So you are all also part and parcel of Krishna. You are associates in the previous lifetimes. You are hearing about Krishna. What happens when you hear about Krishna?
Your heart, your soul is cleansed.
Heart gets purified, cleansed. Exactly. When the cleanse happens, God comes and resides here. That's what. When you are chanting, what we are chanting, Krishna? We are asking money for chanting. We are not asking, Krishna, engage me in your service. Engage me in your service. Again and again. Engage me in service means what? We are not asking money anything. Let me remember you all the time. I just want to remember you forever. Kunti Devi, when Krishna was leaving from after Mahabharata war is over, Krishna was going back to Dwaraka. and he comes, he's a Mosi, then he comes and takes, Mosi, I am going back to my Dwaraka, give me blessings. Then what Kunti Devi says? Vipada santu tathatva tatra tatra jagat guru abuto bhavanam varshad bhavanam apnar bhavadarsanam. Give me all these troubles again one more time, Krishna. But you staying with us is more happy. I don't care how many problems comes with him, but you have to stay with us. That is a devotee's mood. Krishna, I can take any trouble for you. In that case, look at how Pandavas suffered. Even though that few devotees didn't they suffer? They suffered maximum compared to Kauravas. But what was the end goal? Bhagavan was with them. Otherwise, lusty person, Duryodhana, he had so many opportunities to honor Krishna, but he has seen Krishna as the only mundane person. He never thought Krishna was a Bhagavan. Same way it happens here. We have Bhagavad Gita. How many people want to hear about Krishna Gita? How many people don't want Gita? So a lot of Duryodhanas there, all this world. All this world is made of 99.9% Duryodhans. All lusty desires, all lusty propensities they have it. How many people come to Krishna consciousness? 0.0001% people hear about Krishna. How many people? They think it's a waste of time, a lot of people hear about Krishna. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, if you don't do the basic service, you are not fit for as a human being. Why we are all people suffering? Why suffering comes? We don't hear what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Follow Bhagavad Gita perfectly, there is no question of suffering. What Manusmriti, we have read last 2 weeks back. Manu said rules and regulations. Are we following rules and regulations? None of them. Do we have healthy habits? None of them. And we demand so much on top of it. Are we following simple principle Krishna said? You are part and parcel of me, serve me. Are we doing that? But Krishna is so merciful. He is giving you everything, even though you don't do these things. How wonderful Krishna is. But show your regards to that one. Okay, next Gayatri, can you finish that one?
But if one is educated in Krishna consciousness from the very beginning, that natural love of God cannot deteriorate into
Let's look at that. If somebody is educated in Krishna consciousness, there is no question of lust existing. If again these kids are hearing, as they hear about Krishna, what happens? Their hearts get purified. Especially at this age, when they get this message, is going to be there forever. You remember how many child incidents you remember compared to 5 years back? You don't remember what happened. When you grow up, we lose our memory power. But things happen at the age of 5 or 4, you remember forever. Is that true? Yes. So these kids are hearing Krishna Katha. I'm telling you, the best purification process for them, hearing about Krishna. Best purification. You can, as a parent, you can do this the best for the kids. You hear about Krishna. Okay? Keep reading, Gayatri.
God deteriorates into lust, it is very difficult to return to the normal
conditions. Look at that. What happens? When love of God deteriorates into lust, and it's very difficult to return to normal condition. We are in that situation. We are in the lusty situation. We have to go back to Krishna conscious situation only by curbing your senses. Remember, senses are the problem. Everyone. Controlling the senses. How? 2 ways. Eating Krishna Prasadam, chanting his glories. That I was hearing to Prabhupada class yesterday while sleeping. Prabhupada says again and again, control your tongue by taking Prasadam and chanting glories of Krishna. Look at that, taking Prasadam for 3 months, you see how your consciousness changes. Hey, because I 99% I eat Prasadam. One time if I go with my office colleagues, because I cannot avoid, because I'm a manager, whatever, I take vegetarian food then. That day when I eat that food, you won't believe how severely my consciousness changes. I cannot chant, I cannot think properly. One time eating outside. We eat every day in the hotels. Lot of people eat in the hotels. What kind of consciousness they carry? Outside food. What the person who cooks, their consciousness in the food. That's why in the temples we don't allow people to cook everyone. Only we allow second initiated people to cook in the temples actually. Here we are, because we don't have that many second initiated. Only second initiated people cook the prasadam, offer to Krishna, then we serve prasadam to everyone. Because food has a consciousness. We are all eating only sin, as Krishna said, right? Bunjateta agam papam. You are eating only sin if you don't offer prasadam to Krishna. Very eating sin. And these are the words, by the way, from Krishna, not from me. We have seen 3:14 sloka. Okay? Finish that, Gayatri, go ahead.
Nonetheless, Krishna consciousness is so powerful that even a late beginner can become a lover of God by following the regulated principles of devotional service.
Look at that. He says, no, Prabhu, I am 60 years old, now I cannot do it. Or I am 45 years old, I cannot do it. No, age doesn't matter. Anybody can become Krishna conscious any age. Look at my example. I became Krishna conscious 11 years back. And we don't have to be children. Anybody can become, any house can become a Krishna conscious. You don't have to be a Brahmana by birth. You don't have to be there are no real Brahmanas in Kali Yuga anyway. So, your caste, your creed, your sex, your background doesn't matter. Anybody can become a Krishna devotee just by following the rules and regulations. Oh, I am not Brahman. My parents told me to eat so and so. I am going to stick to that one. That is a stupidity. You have to use your intelligence to discriminate what is good, what is bad. Then you can take decisions. Okay, so you don't have to be by birth you to come be a Krishna conscious. These kids are lucky because they are hearing about it. We didn't have a chance to hear about Krishna when we were children. That's fine. But now we came to know at least Krishna's mercy. Now follow strictly from now on. Okay, keep reading.
So from any stage of life or from the time of understanding its urgency, one can begin regulating the senses in Krishna consciousness. Devotional service of the Lord and turn the lust into love of Godhead, the highest perfectional stage of human life.
What is the highest perfect stage of human life? Look at Prabhupada saying that the highest perfection of a stage of human life is to become a devotee of the Lord. That's it. That is the perfect stage of a human being. Devotee. But if you go to India and talk, people misunderstand. Oh, devotee, what are you doing, man? So many people doing so many. You don't have any problem. What's the problem with you? Why you become a devotee? You're so only 25. Like itna paap hai, chai bhi nahi pita hai. They take the pity on you. Kya ho gaya, man? You went to America and you became such a this one. There's a blue label is so cheap, red label is so cheap in America. This one, that one they talk about, right? But look at what is Prabhupada is saying. Highest perfection of human life is a devotee of the Lord. That's the best you can do as a human being. How powerful Prabhupada translations are. Look at how beautifully he put it into. We'll stop here. Any questions we'll take. And the next two slokas I'll finish next class and we are done with the third chapter. Okay?
What's the fourth one about? What's the
fourth transcendental knowledge. That actually you love the fourth chapter, transcendental knowledge. Okay, so 1 minute here. Mataji, can you offer that rice to Krishna? Put tulsi leaves. Okay. So one thing I want to tell you, next Saturday, we have Bhakti Charu Maharaj coming to town. He is a personal secretary of Srila Prabhupada for a long time. Okay, he is coming, and next Saturday we have program in the temple. 5 o'clock. Maharaj is very elevated person. Please come to that program. I don't want to have Bhakti Ruksha next Saturday. All of you, please come to temple. Maharaj is very, very senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and he served Prabhupada personally for 15-20 years. He served Prabhupada. Next Saturday in the temple. I think you all have got an email, right? So, and also taking those people, darshan also, it purifies your life, your existence. Okay? That's why I don't want to have program, I don't want to confuse you. Next Saturday, come to the temple. Bring your in-laws. The Maharaj is very, very, very powerful, very nice. I think you might have seen him. He is from India. He is coming. Bhakta Maharaj. And what else we have is, and following week we will try to finish next two slokas, then we are done with the third chapter. And
the next Saturday will be Ram Navami, Prabhuji.
We have a program in the temple also again.
Saturday.
Yeah,
okay.
28th.
Yeah.
So we have a temple Saturday. Ram Navami celebration is there in the temple. Please come over there. So we are going to have only one more class in between. That's it. No. Next
we are going to miss
two classes we are going to miss it. Okay. We'll see. Maybe we can have one Friday. I don't know. We'll see. Based on that. Based on Friday evening.
Friday.
Not this coming Saturday. We'll have Saturday, but following Ram Navami, maybe before that day, one Friday we can have a meet here, so that will be good. Okay. Okay. So who is going to do kirtan? Come here. Come here. All the kids. Who is good? Not good. Sorry. Somebody. Ajay Prabhu. Kirtan. Thoda 5-10 minutes kirtan. Sorry, Prabhuji.
That's fine.
I know. She is becoming naughty now. But she knows all these anyway. So, Ajay Prabhu, Kartar Shahi Pad. Can you give Kartar to Ajay Prabhu?
The what?
Kartar. Okay, can we focus 5 minutes kirtan? Whatever we had class, the kirtan form.
Where are they?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, sit down. No noise when kirtan is going on. Focus on your inner self when the kirtan is going on. Focus on Krishna's names, holy names, Krishna's form, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's name. Just focus on that one. Yeah. Very, no noise, please. Kids. Very serious.
Om Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Prabhupada ki
Jai
Nithai Gaur Chandra ki Jai Nithai Gaur Premanande
Hari Hari Bol
Kartika prasadam play chepta chep
Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave
Salpa
Swalpa Punya Vatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate Sharira Vidyajal Jodendriya Tahe Kal Jive Phale Vishe Sagare Tara Madhya Jivayate Logo Mayo Sudharmati Taje Jita Katna Samsare Krishna Dayamay
Kori Bara Jiva Jai Swaprasad Anna Dilo Bhai Se Anna Vita Pao Sri Radha Sri Radha Krishna Gunala Premita Ko Chaitanya Nikai
Jai Nimai Jai Nitai
Jai Sri Krishna
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Nithai Gaur Chandra Mahaprasad ki
Jai
when kids are telling some slokas, don't confuse them because they have to learn, right? So even there's some mistake, that's fine. That's where they learn. By the way, last week all have taken oaths. Mataji, आपको तो certificate था. I don't know. You got certificate, right? I just want to make sure that.
Madhupati Prabhu there.
He went there. Nice.
मैं उधर आता हूँ चश्मा रखे
ऋषा पूछिए हाँ मेरे पास है